If we're going to talk about clinical nutrition, the first thing I really want to talk about is nutritional assessments. So if any of you are clinical coaches, you would have already have seen a lot of this because it's part of the new syllabus with the NPL, and there's a task on the new NPL about nutritional assessments. Are any of you do any of that? No? Awesome, it's the first time for you all, brilliant. So before we even decide what we're going to feed, we really need to be able to assess the patient. So, we need that full clinical history. And full clinical history in some cases is going to be the blood results as well. If we're looking at a renal patient, we're going to go into renal disease in a lot more detail a bit later on. We need to know what the urea, creatine, phosphate levels are, because that's going to dictate which diet we recommend, whether we're going to recommend adding in phosphate binders. If we're looking at something like pancreatitis, it doesn't matter which manufacturer of food you look at, depending on what type of pancreatitis, whether we've got high lipid levels, whether we've got hyperlipidemia as well, again, will dictate which diet we recommend. So full clinical history is needed. We also need those blood results as well. And amazingly, there are some blood profiles out there. I know one instantly off the top of my head, it's an old cat profile, and it doesn't have a phosphate level in it, which to me is a bit of I don't quite get that one. So that completion of all of those sort of factors are important. To me, the current health status of the animal is needed as well. I get a lot of, the vets will send me a message, or one of the other nurses will send me a message, or I get a phone call from a client and they'll go, what do I feed my pet? And it's one of those, it really, really depends. So what's the current health status? Are they able to eat? All of those things are really important. And also what's available in your practice. If someone says, oh, we've got a renal cat in the ward and you want to get something in it, they're tube feeding it, all these sort of things. Yeah, there's renal diets specifically designed to go down a feeding tube, but if you don't have them in your practice and it's a Friday afternoon and you're not going to get delivery until Monday, that's really going to sort of muck up your plans. So that clinical assessment is important, and part of that is taking a nutritional history. So if you go onto Google or any other search engine and you put in nutritional history forms, there are thousands that come up. Absolutely thousands, and they range from asking four very simple questions like, what do you feed for breakfast? What do you feed for lunch? Really simple. It's like full-on 40-paged history sheets that basically list every food that's ever been invented, and you just have to tick the one that you feed. So there's lots and lots of different ones out there. The one that I use is this one, a very wobbly table, which is the WSAVA nutritional health one. It goes on for a few pages. That's just the top of the first page. That's the website that it's on, and I really, really like it because it's not made by any food manufacturers. It doesn't have any branding on it for any specific type of food. I remember once, it was years and years ago, when we had a poster in the nurse consult room of a body conditions score. And at the bottom of it, it had a little logo of the food manufacturer that had produced this poster. And this dog was morbidly obese, and the owner was adamant that her dog wasn't morbidly obese because she didn't feed that food, and that body condition score was only applicable to dogs that ate that food. It's like, well, no, it's just a body condition score. So we've really gone down the route in our practice of having nothing that's got branding on it, just to really help with this issue. But nutritional history sheets, really, really important. And what I do tend to find, because I consult literally all day, every day, that's all I do. If you have a checklist, it helps you remember things. Also, if you have a checklist and you start writing things down, to that client, it shows that you're listening. It shows that you're engaging with them. You're actually showing them that what they've just said is important to you because you've taken the effort to write it down. So having checklists has got lots and lots of benefits. Nowadays, I just get our admin team to then scan these in and attach them to the clinical history for me, so I'm not having to write it all down. So they make, you know, lots and lots of, you know, really, really good benefits. So have a look at them. If it's something you want, it's a free PDF. There's loads and loads of stuff on that WSAVA website looking at lots of different elements, so lots of nutritional stuff. It says nutritional toolkit. There's loads of stuff on there. It's body condition scoring, muscle condition scoring, how to talk to clients about, you know, different types of diets, loads of information.